Hello hikers and nature lovers, this is Blue Jacket. Thank you for watching my channel. Today we're gonna change a scenario a bit. Instead of hiking trails in wilderness or history sites, we're gonna tour a city, our nation's capital, Washington DC. And why on this day? Well, I have a little surprise for you. You'll see. Let's get started. Happy trails! We are starting here in downtown Bethesda, Maryland, by taking Red Line Metro to get down to DC.
Customers to exit. When boarding, please move to the center. Move to the center of the car.
We are starting our tour from United States Capitol building. This neoclassical style structure is the seat of the United States Congress. With House of Representatives in the south wing and Senate in the north wing. Two very important institutions are located near the Capitol. First is Library of Congress, one of the largest libraries in the world. And the other one is Supreme Court building. This marble palace is workplace of 9 justices of the Supreme Court. The trail we are taking today is described on the All Trails app as walking tour of monuments and memorials. We will slightly change the path and hike about 6 miles today. Here we are at the base of the Capitol Hill in front of the Ulysses S. Grant Memorial, honoring the Civil War general and 18th President of the United States. The Grant's bronze, accompanied by the protective lions, is the largest equestrian statue in the United States. The memorial is displaying 3 branches of the army. Infantry on the pedestal, cavalry on the north side, and artillery on the south side. This is the east end of the National Mall, a landscaped park and backbone of the city, stretching more than 2 miles from the Capitol building to the Lincoln Memorial on the west side. I love the mornings on the mall. It's usually not busy here in the morning, but you can still hear and feel the city life. This building, looking like a castle, is the headquarters of the Smithsonian Institution, which is a group of museums, education and research centers created by the US government in 1846 to increase and diffuse the knowledge. In holding with that purpose, all the Smithsonian museums, like the Museum of Natural History across, are free of any admission. I've been in all of them and they are truly fantastic. I definitely recommend visiting at least some. This is Tidal Basin, a 107 acres large man-made reservoir that naturally flows into Potomac River. And this is the reason I'm shooting the video today. Cherry blossom. The cherry trees were a gift from a mayor of Tokyo, Japan, to the city of Washington, D.C. in 1912 as a token of growing friendship between the two nations. National Cherry Blossom Festival is holding scents to celebrate the beginning of the spring in our nation's capital. The festival started yesterday, March 20th, and it will last till April 16th. This neoclassical style monument is Jefferson Memorial, built in honor of Thomas Jefferson, author of the Declaration of Independence, one of the main figures behind the American Revolution, and third president of the United States. Another presidential memorial by Tidal Basin is Franklin Delano Roosevelt Memorial, dedicated to the memory of 32nd President of the United States. The only president in the history elected 4 times represent era that is reflecting on the design of the memorial. As you can see, this is not a traditional memorial. The concept is 4 connected outdoor rooms representing 4 presidential terms, with walls built of South Dakota granite. One of the newest memorials in Washington, D.C., opened in 2011, dedicated to the civil rights movement leader and Nobel Peace Prize winner, is Martin Luther King Jr. Memorial. Stone of Hope is the granite statue of Reverend King, inspired by a line from his most famous speech, "I Have a Dream." First war memorial on our tour is the Korean War Veterans Memorial, honoring those who served in the Korean War between 1950 and 1953. We made it to the west end of the National Mall, in front of the most famous memorial dedicated in 1922, Lincoln Memorial. Those stairs are a popular gathering spot. Many movies were shot here, many historical speeches were taken here. Probably the most important one was in 1963 during the rally of the American Civil Rights Movement taken by Martin Luther King Jr. Abraham Lincoln served as the 16th American president and is often ranked in polls as the greatest president in American history and national hero for his leadership during the Civil War, his effort to preserve the Union and abolish slavery. Another war memorial we will see today is Vietnam Veterans Memorial, honoring the service members of the United States Armed Forces who served in the Vietnam War. Those two black granite walls are engraved with the names of killed or missing in action members, more than 58,000 names. The memorial was later supplemented with the statue The Three Soldiers and Vietnam Women's Memorial. This is a reflecting pool. In winter they keep it dry, so it can be used for walk now. Or you can use it for a bike ride or scooter. The last war memorial we will visit today is World War II Memorial. The monument consists 56 pillars representing the states and the territories of the United States and two small triumphal arches. One for the Atlantic Ocean Theater and one for the Pacific Ocean. I'm kind of surprised that it took so long to build a World War II memorial here in Washington DC, because this one only opened in 2004, nearly 60 years after the war ended. Across the nation, well-recognized memorial is the tallest obelisk in the world, 554 feet tall Washington Monument. It took 40 years to complete this Egyptian-style hollow pillar made mostly of marble and granite, dedicated to the first president, George Washington. You can purchase ticket for the observatory level up there, but it's kind of like a lottery. You need a certain portion of luck for that, because those tickets fly really fast. We have the last place of our tour ahead of us to visit, and I think you may have a pretty good idea what it's gonna be. Possibly the most famous address in the world is 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue, Northwest, Washington, D.C., generally known as the White House. It is the official residence and workplace of the President of the United States since 1800. This is the north facade with columned portico. The most famous presidential Oval Office is in the West Wing, which is the addition building right in front of us, constructed in 1901, connected with the residence building via West Colonnade. First Lady has her offices in East Wing building in front of us, constructed in 1942, connected via East Colonnade. That's all today from Washington, D.C. Thank you for taking this tour with me, and I will see you next time for another adventure. Happy trails!